They're off. Happy Time Jam Boy going for the lead under urging, and there goes Barbell Viking charging through on the inside. Now they drive into that first turn, and Happy Time Jam Boy is on the outside, the nose in front. Barbell Viking digs in on the inside, and Barbell Viking shoots on through, taking command. Happy Time Jam Boy now settles in second, 5 lengths back to Dr. Energy. Another 2 lengths back to Little Guy, followed on the inside of horses by Roguish Fella, Stacey's Orphan. 27-3, a lively opening quarter as they enter the stretch now for the first time, approaching that half-mile juncture. Barbell Viking is your pace setter. Happy Time Jam Boy right there in second by 3. Dr. Energy is saving ground in third now. First over, here comes Roguish Fella. On the outside, here comes Stacey's Orphan following cover. On the inside of horses, that's Little Guy. 57-3, the race is half over, and Barbell Viking shows the way into the clubhouse turn. Happy Time Jam Boy running her heels in second. On the outside, it's Roguish Fella. Park first over. On the outside of horses with cover, Stacey's Orphan. A gap now about 5 lengths to Dr. Energy. Followed on the outside, that's Steel Mill Joe. And further out, Lil's Bunny, Little Guy. Now they race now by the 3/4 mile juncture, and Barbell Viking is your pace setter. 3/4, 127-3 into the far turn. Barbell Viking has the lead. On the outside, here comes Stacey's Orphan. Another move in second. Happy Time Jam Boy right with the leader in third. Here they come, turning for home. Barbell Viking cuts the corner. Here comes Happy Time Jam Boy charging. Happy Time Jam Boy on the outside is fastest of all. Happy Time Jam Boy at the bar. Here they come. They're off. And there goes Broadway Standout on the inside, hustling out for the lead. Between horses, Ordinary Miracles as they dash into that first turn. And your early leader is Broadway Standout, and Broadway Standout now has a length on top. On the outside, here comes Shamrock Silky, now third and moving second. Shamrock Silky, though, is up after the lead. Shamrock Silky now with a rush to take command. Broadway Standout is now back to second. Ordinary Miracles right there in third. 28-2 now that first quarter. Shamrock Silky is your new leader now by 2. It's Broadway Standout second by 2 1/4 lengths. On the inside, Ordinary Miracles in third. Bebop Bob is right with the leaders in fourth. Now Bebop Bob takes to the outside. It's 2 lengths back to Vixen Street. Another 2 lengths back now to Chell's Inheritance. Followed now by Hot Rod Kim as they drive by the half. Your leader is Shamrock Silky. 58-4. Now the race is half over. Shamrock Silky leans into the clubhouse turn, but Ordinary Miracles is on the attack on the outside second. Bebop Bob joins the leaders now into third. On the inside, it's Broadway Standout looking for racing room as they curve into the back stretch. Now less than a half mile the pace in the race. And up front, your leader is Ordinary Miracles, and Ordinary Miracles is opening up the lead now by 4. 3/4, 128-1. Into the far turn they race, and Ordinary Miracles leads the way now by 4.5 lengths. Shamrock Silky digs in second. Broadway Standout looking for racing room. Here they come, turning for home. Ordinary Miracles is opening up the lead now with every stride. Fearsome Foe as a distant second as they come to the wire. Ordinary Miracles and Fearsome Foe. It's Ordinary Miracles with the lead. Ordinary Miracles, Fearsome Foe at the wire.
There's your prices for race number 2 from Maywood Park, and your trifecta 352 pays $1,196. Even we move.
Job of the turn. Here they come. They're off. On the very far outside, there goes Sudsy Ridge shooting out for the lead. Society Sport moving through on the inside. Now they bank into that first turn. On the outside, that's Sudsy Ridge. Up now to challenge for the lead. Sudsy Ridge from the outside powers up to take command. Society Sport holds on the inside, second a length. Comanche Carson right with the leaders in third. Another 2 lengths back to St. Peter Days, followed by Broadway Country, a length and a quarter. Harmony Oaks Ace and Harmony Oaks Ace charging to the outside. Hunter J and Command Star trails the field. Now that first quarter went in 29 seconds flat around the turn. Entering the stretch now for the first time as they approach that half-mile juncture. Your leader is Society Sport, and Society Sport now has a length on top. On the inside, Sudsy Ridge in second. Now Harmony Oaks Ace takes over second on the outside, and he's going right after the leader. Halfway home, a minute and 4. Now they move into the clubhouse turn. Society Sport maintains the lead. Harmony Oaks Ace is on the outside second. Sudsy Ridge right there in third. Broadway Country inching up on the outside. Followed on the inside, St. Peter Days. That's Comanche Carson with nowhere to go. Out of the turn, they curve into the box stretch. Less than a half mile to pace in the race. On the inside, that's Society Sport. Harmony Oaks Ace alongside a challenging second. That's Sudsy Ridge right there in third, and from far back, Command Star is on the move. 131 and 1. Now they swing around that final turn. Society Sport leads the way, drawing clear. On the inside at Sudsy Ridge, saving ground in second. Between horses, Harmony Oaks Ace, Command Star on the move again, 3 wide. Down the stretch they come. It's Society Sport with the lead. Society Sport, a late move by St. Peter Days. Society Sport at the wire.
There are your prices for race number 3, 138 on the trifecta, $188.20. The Buckeye with the winners, one Society Sport. We move to the fourth.
Here they come. They're off. Between horses, TL Society. Hustling out for the lead, there goes Robbie's Lambada. Fox Valley Jordan. Into the turn they race, and from the outside, TL Society. TL Society with a neck on top. Robbie's Lambada holds on the inside second. Fox Valley Jordan comes away third on the outside. Followed on the inside. That's nice and feisty. Here comes Madden moving to the outside of horses. Followed now by Home Pro Michael. That's Shy Shark. Katie's Rio Tonic trails the field. 29 seconds flat now for that first quarter. And your leader on the inside is TL Society. On the outside, Fox Valley Jordan is an up and challenging second, followed by Robbie's Lambada. He's right with the leaders in third. Madden now joins the leaders on the outside in fourth as they approach the half-mile marker. TL Society has a neck in front. Now the field's moving by the half. Halfway home, 59 and 3. TL Society leads into the clubhouse turn. Robbie's Lambada right with the leader in second. Fox Valley Jordan is on the outside trying to come on in third. There goes Madden. He's set to go 3 wide. Madden now 3 wide. Out of the turn, they curve into the box stretch. 3 horses now are across the track. Home Pro Michael now is moving up. He's 4 wide. Now they drive at a 3/4 mile juncture. Here comes Home Pro Michael. 3/4 130-1 into the far turn. Home Pro Michael is on the outside with a nose in front. On the inside, TL Society is fighting back, and TL Society is coming back on the inside. Home Pro Michael, Robbie's Lombada 3 wide, and down the stretch they come. On the inside, it's TL Society. Home Pro Michael, Robbie's Lombada, TL Society on the inside. TL Society at the wire.
There are your prices for race number 4, number 2.
Here they come. They're off. On the inside, there goes Charity's Gambler whistling out for the lead. Down between horses, Judy's Big Boy comes away second. Willie Bach charging 3 wide and third. On the inside of horses, that's Maxie Wabbit. Followed on the inside of horses by V12. Out of the turn, they curve into the backstretch and off stride up the backstretch. Momentarily now off stride. Number 2, Judy's Big Boy. Judy's Big Boy is off stride. Now moving by that first quarter, 29-1 now that early quarter. Your leader, Charity's Gambler, and Charity's Gambler leads by 2 Willie Bach. Right there in second by 2, V12. First over on the outside, here comes V12. Here comes a Little Gold, moving right with him, followed now by Maxie Wabbit. Entering the stretch now for the first time, approaching the half-mile juncture, and V12 is on the attack, and V12 from the outside now has the lead. Charity's Gambler is second. One more Brewski, inching third, 59-2. The race is half over. Now they drive into that clubhouse turn, and up front, your leader remains V12, and V12 sets the pace now a length and a quarter. Charity's Gambler right there second. Here comes one more Brewski. Another move was fourth, now third, now second on the outside. And from the back of the pack, a Little Gold is on the move. Now they're moving by the 3/4 mile marker. 3/4, 129-2. They drive into that far turn. V12 is your pace setter, and V12 steps it out now a length and a quarter. On the inside, Charity's Gambler looking for racing room in second. One more Brewski and a Little Gold. Here they come, turning for home. V12 is under urging. Charity's Gambler shoots through on the inside. It's still V12 with the lead. It's going to be V12 at the wire. Charity's Gambler up for second.
There are your prices for race number 5. Nice-looking youngster, number 6, V12, as Dale Heitman brings home his 3rd consecutive winner.
Here they come. They're off. There goes, coming to town for the lead, Power On, charging through on the inside. Now they bank into that first turn, and coming to town, opens up now by 2. It's Power On in second by 2. Keystone Throng in third by 2 lengths. Clark Gable, Cam Fastic, CEO, KAB Command now trails the field. Now they race by the opening quarter. Coming to town is your pace setter, and coming to town shows the way by 2. 28-4 that opening quarter. Coming to town 2.5 lengths. Power On is second now by 2. On the inside, Keystone Throng in third. Clark Gable first over on the outside. He brings up Cam Fastek. Entering the stretch now for the first time, and up front, positions are unchanged. Coming to town is your pace setter on the outside of horses. Here comes Clark Gable, and up and challenging second, Power On, right with the leaders in third. 58-4. The race is half over. They drive into the clubhouse turn and still coming to town. Leads and draws clear 3 parts of a length. Clark Gable on the outside second, coming to town. Saving ground in third, Cam Fastic. Following cover on the inside, Keystone Throng. Looking for racing room. CEO KAB Command. Midway up the back stretch as they drive by 3/4. It's still a battle for the lead. 3/4. 1:28-1. Into the far turn they race. Coming to town. Shoots through with a neck in front. Clark Gable on the outside trying to come on in second. Pomeron, his only chance may be that open stretch. Here they come, turning for home. Coming to town, cuts the quarter. Clark Gable is out for the drive. Here comes Pomeron. But here comes Clark Gable. Another move. Pomeron on the inside. 3 horses at the wire. And that is a photo, please.
There are your prices for race number 6.
Off stride, Buckenhouse. Buckenhouse is off stride. They're off. There goes Jeff to IU on the inside, hustling out for the lead. Here comes Motzi. They race for position on the outside. Motzi up to challenge Jeff to IU for the lead. And these two heads apart, and on the outside, it's Motzi now with a nose in front. Jeff to IU holds in second, a length and a quarter back to Town Fortune right there in third. 2 lengths back now to Indian Folklore, followed by Red Cap. 2 lengths back, Harmony Oaks Paul. 5th anniversary now takes to the outside by that opening quarter. 28 seconds flat the first quarter. Now they enter the stretch for the first time, approaching that half-mile juncture with Motzi in command now by 2. Jeff to IU holds on the inside second. Indian Folklore first over now, takes over second. Jeff to IU is back to third. 5th anniversary is on the outside following cover, followed now by Town Fortune. 58-2. The race is half over. Now they move into the clubhouse turn. Motzi maintains the lead. Jeff to IU right with the leader in second. On the outside, Indian Folklore tries to come on in third. On the outside, 5th anniversary set to go 3 wide. 5th anniversary now 3 wide. On the inside of horses, Town Fortune. Now they move into the far turn as they drive by the 3/4 mile marker. 1:28-1. Your leader into the far turn is Motzi, and Motzi shows the way a length and a half. It's Jeff to IU right there in second. Here they come, turning for home, and Motzi has the lead now under urging. On the inside, Jeff to IU now takes to the inside. Through the stretch they come. Motzi with the lead. Jeff to IU. Here comes Jeff to IU, fastest of all.
There are your results for the 7th race. As we move on to the 8th.
Behind the starting gate. Here they come. They're off. A good start on the inside. Bingo Johnny goes right for the top. Bet You Can comes away now into second. Followed on the inside, it's Sycott. Right there in third, Master Mark Grace. In fourth now by 2. Followed on the inside, that's Chicago Jazz. Another 2 lengths back. Code of Conduct. Greek Fire now trails the field. Out of the turn as they race now for that opening quarter. On the outside, here comes Sycott. Now third, now second, Sycott. Up to challenge Bingo Johnny for the lead. 28 seconds flat that early quarter, but Bingo Johnny won't give up the top, and Bingo Johnny now on length and a quarter as Sycott settles into second. Bet You Can right with the leaders in third. On the inside, Master Mark Grace. Chicago Jazz now takes to the outside. Here comes Code of Conduct. trailing the field. That's Greek Fire. Halfway home, they've hit the half and 56-1. Into the clubhouse turn, Bingo Johnny maintains the lead. Sycott running his heels in second. Bet You Can is right with the leaders in third. Fester Mark Grace, nowhere to go in fourth. Chicago Jazz on the outside. They curve into the box stretch. Less than a half mile to pace in the race. And your leader is Bingo Johnny, a length and 3/4. 3/4 on the board. A lively 125. Bingo Johnny into the far turn. Sycott digs in second. It's 6 lengths back to third to find Chicago Jazz. Here they come, turning for home. Your leader is Bingo Johnny, but Sycott swings out for the drive, and down the stretch they come. Bingo Johnny is under the whip. Sycott is racing at him. Bingo Johnny and Sycott. It's Bingo Johnny with the lead. Bingo Johnny at the wire. Here they come. They're off. On the inside, there goes Go Nurse, hustling out for the lead. Now on the extreme outside, now with a rush. Duo Fiddle Skipper is moving up. Now they dash into that first turn, and Duo Fiddle Skipper from the outside now takes command, but only briefly, as High Risk Express circles up on the outside, and here comes High Risk Express from the outside now. He charges into command. Duo Fiddle Skipper holds in second by the quarter. 27-4 that early quarter. Go Nurse 2 lengths back in third. Here comes Bill the bartender. First over on the outside. On the inside it's Ideal Centurion, followed by Baby Ransom. 1 for the money. Anxious Roscoe. Now they race now for that half-mile marker. And on the inside, that's High Risk Express with the lead a length and a quarter. On the inside, Duo Fiddle Skipper stays right there in second. 57-4. Now they move into the clubhouse turn, and still a battle for the lead. High Risk Express has the lead now a length as Go Nurse moves up on the outside, a closer second. On the inside, Duo Fiddle Skipper saving ground in third. Bill the bartender, he's set to go 3 wide. On the outside of horses, Baby Ransom midway up the back stretch as they drive by the 3/4 mile marker. Go Nurse is your pace setter. 127-3 for the 3/4 into the far turn, and Go Nurse now has the lead and opens up the lead by 5 on the outside. That's still Bill the bartender trying to come on in second, and on the far outside, 1 for the money. Here they come in. Down the stretch they go, and Go Nurse now has a 6-length lead. Bill the bartender in second. A late move on the outside by 1 for the money, but it's all Go Nurse tonight.
There's your prices for race number 9, 137 on the trifecta, $155.
Feature race pacers are in behind the starting gate. Here they come. They're off. On the outside, there goes Silky Intrusion going for the lead. On the inside, Gleaming Rev Rack. They drive into that first turn, and Gleaming Rev Rack scoots on through now, taking command. And there goes Fox Valley Arsenic charging through on the inside second. Silky Intrusion parked on the outside third, followed now by Broadway Bastion. Anxiety Flu. Now they move by that opening quarter. Now they've hit the quarter. 27-3. Now from the outside, Silky Intrusion is up on the outside to take command, but Broadway Bastion now third and moving second. Broadway Bastion now to challenge for the lead. Now off stride. Anxiety Flu. Anxiety Flu is now off stride. Approaching the half-mile juncture, Broadway Bastion is on the outside under urging. Silky Intrusion holds on the inside second, followed by Gleaming Revrac. 56 and 1. Now the race is half over. Now they drive around that clubhouse turn. Broadway Bastion leads the way. Gleaming Revrock now third, now second down the outside. Silky Intrusion is now back to third. Fox Valley Arsenic is on the move. Now they race up the backstretch. Less than a half mile to pace in the race, and Broadway Bastion maintains the lead. 3/4 on the board. 125 and 4. They swing into the far turn. It's Broadway Bastion with the lead. On the inside, Silky Intrusion looking for racing room in second. Between horses, Gleaming Revrac, Fox Valley Arsenic, now 3 wide. Here they come, turning for home. Broadway Bastion is under the whip. Between horses, Silky Intrusion. Here comes Fox Valley Arsenic, charging. Broadway Bastion with the lead. Broadway Bastion at the wire. Eleventh race pacers, and behind the starting gate, here they come. They're off. AJ's Majesty out for the lead. On the extreme outside, here comes Golden Investment. On the inside, Bold and Sassy. Now they drive into that first turn. And on the inside, it's Bold and Sassy with the early foot. Mannheim Trolley comes away second. AJ's Majesty right there in third. On the outside, it's Golden Investment. He joins the leaders. Followed on the inside of horses, J.E. Big Red, Happy Satanic, Why Not Me. Now moving by that early quarter. And they've hit the quarter. 29 seconds flat. And it's a battle for the lead. On the inside, it's Bold and Sassy. Golden Investment working up on the outside. And Golden Investment paces right on by. Bold and Sassy is now back to second. Followed on the inside, Mannheim Trolley in third. J.E. Big Red is on the outside and he's first over. Now they're moving by the half. And Golden Investment shows the way. Now they're halfway home. And they've hit the half. 58 and 1. Golden Investment into the clubhouse turn. J.E. Big Red is on the chase on the outside second. Followed on the inside of horses. That's Bold and Sassy. Now back to fourth. On the outside, on the move. That's AJ's Majesty. Also on the move on the outside. Why Not Me? Now they curve into the backstretch. Now they drive at the backstretch with less than a half mile to pace in the race. That's a big battle for the lead. Golden Investment is on the inside. J.E. Big Red is alongside. 3/4 on the board. 127 and 3 into the far turn, and Golden Investment shoots through, and Golden Investment now has the lead and draws clear again, but Bold and Sassy is waiting for that open stretch. Here they come, turning for home. Golden Investment is under urging on the inside. Bold and Sassy shoots on through. Dave McGee is going to the whip on Golden Investment. Here comes Bold and Sassy. Bold and Sassy on the inside. Those two at the wire. That is a photo. Please hold. All ticket. Here they come. They're off. F350 on the inside, charging to the top. And there goes Gabriel in flight, moving right with him. Now they drive into that first turn. And now there are 4 horses across the track. And they're battling for the lead as Public Persona circles up on the outside. But on the outside, here comes Carolina Express. Now they drive now for that early quarter. And your leader now on the inside is Jake Can't Wait with Carolina Express in second length. F350 right there in third now by 2.5 lengths. Gabriel in flight. Now they're by that first quarter. 29 seconds flat, the early quarter. And up front it's Jake Can't Wait, your pace setter number length. Atlanta Express right there in second. First over, here comes F350, followed on the inside. Gabriel in flight is now saving ground. And now on the move on the outside, here comes our Happy Man. And now off stride, Corky's Muffler. Corky's Muffler is off stride. 59-2. Now they move into that clubhouse turn. And your leader is Jake Can't Wait. And Jake Can't Wait shows the way. Off stride, F350. F350 is rough getting in off stride in that turn. Out of the turn, now they curve into the back stretch with less than a half mile of pace in the race. Jake Can't Wait is your leader on the outside with a rush. Here comes Desperate Sport, charging up 3 wide. And from the back of the pack, Corky's Muffler is back pacing. 3 quarters, 129-3. Now they drive into the far turn, and Jake Can't Wait is your pace setter on the outside between horses. Our Happy Man in second, followed on the inside of horses by Atlanta Express. Here they come, turning for home, and Jake Can't Wait cuts the corner now under urging. Our Happy Man is charging. Here comes our Happy Man. Jake Can't Wait. It's Jake Can't Wait with the lead. Jake Can't Wait, our Happy Man at the wire.